Hi, this is Rick Frederick reviewing the Ninth Circuit case of U.S. v. Sullivan from 1976. This is a case about what is wrongfulness in the insanity standards that we have. So Sullivan was charged with purchasing firearms illegally, and then the crime was presenting false identification when doing so. He had a history of bipolar disorder with psychosis and grandiosity. The defense argued that he believed he was a high-ranking military officer and entitled to a gun collection. The defense expert essentially said he knew it was criminal to try to purchase the firearms, but they didn't believe it was wrong morally. So here's a question of moral versus criminal wrongfulness. If you know a behavior is illegal and you do it, but you believe that you're entitled to do it because of a delusional state, is that exculpatory? Now, this case is unnecessarily complicated by Ninth Circuit's development of law, and what's really challenged here in this case is that in Wade v. U.S., the Ninth Circuit had adopted some language, and the defense attorney in Sullivan wanted the judge to give instructions based on Wade and McGraw, another case, and the judge declined to do so. And that's what the real issue is here, is should the judge have used language that was already in place in the Ninth Circuit to give a jury instruction about how to think about delusions. In this case, the Ninth Circuit says, yeah, you should have given one of those clarifying instructions. The Ninth Circuit concluded that the term delusion, as articulated in McGraw, was intended to be a clarification and not a limitation. And all that's really saying is that a delusion can be very continuous in terms of its intensity of belief, conviction with which somebody believes it, the truthfulness that one attaches to it, and so forth. And so sometimes you can have a paranoid personality disorder, you can have paranoid disorder, simple delusions, bizarre delusions. And in this case, the psychiatrist felt somewhat limited, but saying, well, he knew it was criminal, but he didn't know it was immoral. And all the circuit court is saying is, just tell us what a delusion is, what his condition is, and let's let the jury decide. The judge should not have felt restricted. Let's just go on to the last one. This is their definition. Someone who commits a criminal act under a false belief, the result of a mental disease or defect, that such act is morally justified, does indeed lack substantial capacity to appreciate the wrongfulness of his conduct. So here the Sullivan court is saying that if your mental condition leads you to believe that an act that you know is criminally wrong is nevertheless morally justified, then that would qualify you for the insanity defense. Thank you.